Okay, we are so back for part 3, Hegelians of the Storm. We're going to be kicking it off with the usual ARAM game right off the bat. Before I get into this will also give me time to move the cute little cat who is sitting between me and my screen, so I can't actually read my PDF. I've been thinking a lot about Hegel since the last time that we were reading out loud, and been thinking a lot, and then also reading up on Hegel and the relationship between German ideology and materialist uh, philosophies, such as those proposed by Marx and Engels. And I totally understand now. Even again, all I've read basically is the introduction. But what I've read so far has given me a lot better. It's a healing game. Um, has given me a lot better understanding of why there was the evolution between German ideology or German idealism, I think is what it's called, um, and then uh, dual Ming is great. Yeah, yeah, but I'm just one little bright wing. Oh no, we got a tank. So German idealism, it's great, and I think that we're going to continue reading. I definitely want to make it to the end of Phenomenology of the Spirit, but I don't want to stop there. Having a basis of understanding how to think about consciousness is going to be great. However, I'm really excited to get to the part where it actually means something, be in the material world. I'm noticing that there is a lack of grounding in phenomenology of the spirit. That's probably intentional, probably because philosophers often do that. They philosophize. I played a Brightwing game and I tried to do polymorph build and it was terrible. That was last night. Um, and I don't want to do that again. So we're gonna go with a full healing build instead. I'm just gonna be uh, watching everybody's health bars. Ooh, that was a good flip. Let's see if I can get her out of there. Probably not. Um, Whatever my name is has a couple different abilities. So Q is a skill shot. Um, if you hit enemies in the center, I think it can reduce polymorph's cooldown. Oh no. If hero hits by the center, his soothing mist passive healing instantly activates. Oh. Oh. Oh, Kitty on the keyboard. What will she type? She's going for the lap. Wow. Okay, so I'm a better healer for landing skill shots. Just like that. Oh my god. Okay, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, we can save her. But can we save myself? Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so I changed some of my keybinds, and I want to already change them back because with two different accounts, there are two different keybind setups. And that's good. But also maybe not so good. Ah! Scary lady, scary lady, scary lady. So in addition to, so W is a polymorph, E is a little defensive ability / movement speed. So if somebody gets grabbed by Garrosh, it's really good to use. We're going to phase shift over here. Oh man, I'm gonna make sure he can't throw anybody by polymorphing him. We're gonna throw that, and he's out of there. He was out of there. We are going to go with the easiest one that I can see, which is going to be Magic Spit. Um, just longer auto attack range means that it's easier for me to get some autos in. Oh no. Oh man. Alright, so I got hit by the Junkrat jaws. Definitely haven't locked in. It's evident that this is the first game of the day. Which it very much is. Phase shifting over to May. That is my mount alternate, so I'm not actually able to use the mount. Oh, is that a silence as well? Brutal. We're gonna go with that. Man, this Mephisto is really good and I am really bad. This is going about how it did last time. I feel like there are some times where I'm able to just lock in with Brightwing, and then there's most days like this. Okay, phase shifting is good, or critical mist. I'm gonna go with that one. Alright, May's juiced up. Okay, so I really want to hit my skill shots. Oh, he hit me. Man, they do a lot of damage. Man, they do a lot of damage. Okay, Polymorph is really good, and I need to remember to use it. Okay, and I get a big heal now if I activate my trait while some of my teammates are slowed. / CC'd. Alright, Genji, you're back up. We need to really probably err on the side of not fighting them. Oh no. Okay, I think I need to be polymorphing the Mephisto as soon as he goes in. I think. Okay, so use the trait, got a big heal out. Queuing, totally hit. Dodged it. That's because I'm the GOAT? That's because I'm the GOAT? We're gonna go for a full healing build, so I'm gonna take Blink Heal. Blink Heal is just blink and heal. If you can believe it. Oh, I might be dead. And I will be if I don't get out of here. Oh no! What even got me? Was it the skull? It was the skull! Ah, their Mephisto is killing it. What is up with Mephistos being really good? It's almost like it's a high skill character. Alright, let's see who I can jump in on. Jumping in on Genji. Should have jumped in on May. Sorry about that. Give you a little blink heal. Call it good. Give you a little blink heal. Call it good. Lady, you're probably dead. That'll hit somebody. Alright, run from that Mephisto. Somebody's in that bush. Those micro skills? I'm joking. There's no micro skills to be heard of. Where is that? When did she get over there? Ooh, scary taunt off the garage. Welcome back, Junkrat. Gonna phase shift over to Genji. Just missed that by a pixel. Oh my god, I would have been dead. Blink heal, blink heal. Watch out for that big trap. Okay. No, he's gonna get me. He definitely tried. I was late on that trade. Late on that trade by not a little bit, but a lot. Woof, that dagger does damage. Sylvanas' dagger build, very fun. Very high DPS. Not fun to be on the receiving end. Uh-oh. Nice. We're going to... Oh, no. Ooh. Nice, nice, nice. Genji with a great ult. Me just trying my best. A majority of the healing, I could have used my trait to save him. Oh, Genji, I'm so sorry that my brain isn't working. It smells very strongly of Palo Santo. Perhaps somebody moved in. Oh, he's dead. We can kill him. We can kill him. He's right there. He wasn't right there. Ooh. Alright, watching health bars, watching health bars. We're ready to jump in. I need to select a talent. I need to select a talent for so long. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. We're going to go increase spell armor because they're dealing a lot of that damage. Let's go there. Everybody is topped off. Scary, scary, ouch. I'm gonna take a sip. Take a sip, save a life. Missed the center. Blink out of that. No, you can't get me. Polymorph you. I'm gonna give Genji some extra spell armor. Uh-oh. Extra spell armor, extra healing, extra, extra, extra. Read all about it. I could have given spell armor there. I'm so sorry, Li Ming. Oh my god. I got nuked. Okay, so if I was good, I would take phase out. If I was good. I'm not. Hubris becomes me. Man, that Mephisto single-handedly wiped the whole team. Alright, and we're trying again. At this point, Hegel is starting to sound very appealing, rather than Brightwing. Was it 20-second cooldown? Okay, so if I'm about to die, I need to hit the right button. The hard part is hitting the right button. God, that Mephisto is terrifying. Okay, whole team is back. Watch those bombs. They are all going to be in a bush somewhere. Oh my god, that nuked. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. I should have used that. Alright, blink heal. Blink heal. Throw a Q. Landed a Q. Wow, nice job. Blink heal. Sippy cup. Baby needs a sippy cup. Okay. So I was curious on if I could dodge that. The answer was no. Scary, 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 scary. Wow, we killed him. Nice. Throwing a Q. Armoring up Genji. Watching health bars. Jumping over there. Heal the Genji. Heal the Genji. I really wish heal healed me. Let's see. I'm going to pick up Grant Stealth. As long as they can't see me. Nice. Nice bait. Oh man, that's a lot of damage. A lot of damage, a lot of damage. Real scary, real scary. Okay. Okay. Entire. Man, did they buff Junkrat's ult damage? Or maybe the wall was already down. Pretty far. And I'm just not paying attention because I'm panicking. Oh no, you're probably dead. You are dead. Can't you get out of there? Get out of there if you can. Oh my god, nice repeats. Genji keeps deciding to nuke building instead. Not a bad idea. Genji? Junkrat. Oh man, Mephisto is able to just take it out of all of us. Okay, don't get stunned by Garrosh. He's about to take a bunch of damage. Throw a Q out, miss a Q. You can't see her. Boing tech, little boing tech. I just keep boing teching. Spend all my mana. Who even needed it? Oh, Genji, I can save you. I couldn't save you. Oh, now I'm dead for it. Should have hit stasis. Not doing terrible on healing. Lily is beating me by just a little bit. A casual ego check. Casual ego check for no reason. The perception, the thing, and the illusion is sitting there waiting for me. Okay. Big ult going out. And it just keeps on rolling. Let it ride. Let it ride. Free you. Okay. All of the damage in the world is going out. Garrosh thinking he can step up to me. He absolutely can. Just bouncing around, bouncing around, bouncing around. Gonna heal up Genji. Mei has a couple ways to heal up, so I'm not incredibly worried about her. Genji, on the other hand, not so much. Let's just do that. Speaking of, I'm so sorry. Did I just see 2 Garrosh ults go out? Or 2 Garrosh Qs? Did I see one and then a second one? Lily is doing great healing, doing Q build. God, I love Lily. If we can get a Lily game this stream, that would be so fun. She is such a fun character. Problem with Hegel is that we're going to have to remember what we said last time. Although, this is a 582-page document, and we're already 50 pages in. I don't know how far that is. I don't know if I can save you. I can't. Oh, I'm gonna... God. And I'm out. I lived. Ooh, scary. Scary people out there. Out there in this world. And all of them seem to want a piece of me. Oh god. Alright, Junkrat is on the core. Will anyone be able to stop him? Probably not. Whew! It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Nice execute by Genji. Let's see if I can save it. I'm just standing right here. Get him. Get him! Man, we gotta get out of here. There's no time for that, Goku. As a reference. Take that while I'm invisible. Can't even see me. Gonna heal up May. Get some cooldown from these minions. At least I think that's how I get cooldown. I'm gonna base tank all of those. So what the team is doing right now is just checking to make sure that Junkrat doesn't go behind. However, Junkrat has about a million ways that he could just pop right over us. Ow. Oh, I'm dead. Did I cancel that early? I think I did. It only lasts for 1 second. And let it ride. And let it ride. Every time Mephisto gets a kill with his ult, he ults again for free. This is gonna be a healer diff. So let's get ready to read. Let's put our reading hats on. We are jumping over into it before the victory or the defeat screen. The victory, I wish. The defeat screen even goes out. With just 23 minutes into this session. 23 minutes? That can't be right. That was a 23-minute game? It felt like it was going on forever. Oh look, that was my first time playing Brightwing. Haha, nobody can be mad at me. Ha ha ha. Okay. Plenty of people can be mad at me. Let's go back over here and let's pull up Brightwing again. So that way we could just stare at that. That thing. If I can even find her. There she is. And she's grayed out because I don't have her. Teehee. Okay. So getting back into it. Perception, the thing, and illusion. Immediate certainty does not take over the true, for its truth is the universal, whereas it wants to take the this. This is italicized. Perception, on the other hand, takes its being as something universal. Just as universality is the principle in general, the immediately self-differentiating moments within perception are universal. The I, a universal I, and the object, a universal object. The principle has emerged for us, and therefore our reception of perception is no longer a reception that appears. As that of sensory certainty was, it is a necessary reception. The two moments, which in their appearance just fall from nowhere, have come into being at the same time in the emergence of the principle. One is the movement of pointing out, the same movement as something simple. The former, the perceiving, the latter, the object. In essence, the object is the same as the movement. The movement is the unfolding and differentiation of the moments, and the object is the gathered toughness, gathered togetherness of the moments. For us, or in itself, the universal as principle is the essence of perception, and in contrast to this abstraction, both the moments differentiated, the perceiver and the perceived, are unessential. But in fact, because both are themselves the universal of the essence. I just saw that. Deny. There we go. We're getting bots in the chat. But in fact, because both themselves are the universal essence, both are essential. Yet, since they are related to each other as the opposites, only one can be the essential moment in the relation, or the distinction of the essential, and the essential must be shared between them. One of them, determined as the simple, the object, is the essence, regardless of whether it is perceived or not. But the perceiving, as the movement, is the inconstant, which can as well be as not be, and the inessential. Building off of, and that ends the paragraph. Building off of what we learned last time, doing the first part of consciousness, Hegel is just talking a lot of perspectives, of through which to observe reality around you, and it's important to be aware of them. It's weird hearing how humans look at the world around us, and I'm maybe I should say living things, or maybe I should just say even anything, even rocks, um, perceive the world around them. Seeing it written down is definitely different than just feeling it. You feel how you think about something, but you never really think about how you think about it. That's me sidebarring because I don't want to keep going. This object must now be determined more precisely, and this determination must be developed briefly from the result that has been reached. The more detailed development does not belong here, since the principle of the object, the universal, is in its simplicity a mediated universal, again through our consciousness and perception. The object must express itself. The object must express this within itself as its nature. In this way, it shows itself as the thing with many properties. The wealth of sensory knowledge belongs to perception, not to immediate certainty, where it was only what was in play beside it, for only perception has negation, difference, or manifoldness in its essence. So only the ability to perceive something enables the ability to negate it through the dialectical process? Question mark. So the this is posited not oh my goodness. So the this is posited as not this, or as sublated, and hence not as nothing, but the determinate nothing, or a nothing of a content, vis-a-vis of the this. Consequently, the sensory itself is still present, but not in the way that it was supposed to be in immediate certainty, not as the singular meant, but as a universal, or as what will determine itself as property. Sublation exhibits its veritable twofold significance, which we have seen in the negative. It is at the same time a negating and a preserving. The nothing, as nothing of the this, preserves immediacy and itself sensory, but a universal immediacy. But being is a universal in virtue of it having mediation or the negative in it. When it expresses this in its immediacy, it is a distinct determinate property. Many such properties are thereby posited at the same time, one the negative of the other. Since they are expressed in the simplicity of the universal, these determinacies, which are really properties only through the addition of a further determination, are related to themselves, are indifferent to each other, each for itself, free from the others, but the simple universality, equal to itself, is itself in turn distinct and free from its determinacies. It is pure relating itself to itself, or the medium in which these determinacies are all are. So, and so they interpret. Oh man, interpenetrate. Not a good enough time to use that word. In it as in. Oh man, in it as in a simple universality. And I want to see. Well, that was fun. So broke everything, and we're just going to continue exactly where we left off because I don't think I think that I need a little bit more time in order to do research on how to bring up the little stream thing or the PDF of Hegel. But if you do want to read along, you can go to files.libcom.org and check it out. Hegel, Phenomenology of the Spirit. I am not sponsored by them. I am not sponsoring them in any way, shape, or form. I am literally just saying where I got this PDF. And I got that PDF from a website online. So jumping back over to it, I believe that we left off in the middle of a paragraph where we were talking about the nothing of the this and the negation of you know what? I'm just gonna bring this over. I'm just gonna bring this over, and we're just gonna go like this, and we're gonna see if that gets me in trouble. I hope it doesn't. Many such properties are thereby posited at the same time, one the negative of the other. Since they are expressed in the simplicity of the universal, those determinacies, which are really properties only through the addition of a further determination, are related to themselves, are indifferent to each other, each for itself, free from the others. I feel like we already read this, probably because we did, and I think we got to just right here. But the simple universality, equal to itself, is itself in turn distinct and free from its determinacies. It is purely relating itself to itself, or the medium in which these determinacies all are, and so they interpenetrate in it as in a simple unity, but without touching each other. For it is just through participation in this universality that they are indifferent to each other, each for itself. This abstract universal medium, which can be called thinghood in general or the pure essence, is nothing other than the here and now, as they have proved to be vis-a-vis a simple togetherness of many, but the many are, in their determinacy, simple universals themselves. This salt is a simple here, and at the same time manifold. It is white and also tart, also cubical in shape, also of a determinate weight, etc. All these many properties are in one simple here, in which they therefore interpenetrate. None has a different here from the others, but each is everywhere in the same here in which the others are, and at the same time, without being separated by diverse heres, they do not affect each other in this interpretation. The whiteness of the salt does not affect or alter the cubical shape, and neither affects the tartness, etc., since each it is itself a simple relating itself to itself. It leaves the others alone and is related to them only by the indifferent also. This also is thus the pure universal itself, or the medium, the thinghood that gathers them together in this way. And I believe that that is the the also of when you just say that in a sentence. Also, not going to think about that too hard. In the relationship which has thus emerged, it is only the character of positive universality that is at first observed and developed, but another side presents itself, which must also be taken into consideration. That is, if the many determinate properties were utterly indifferent to each other, and were simply and solely related to themselves, they would not be determinate, for they are determinate only in so far as they are differentiate oh, as they differentiate themselves, and relate themselves to others as opposites. But in this opposition they cannot be together in the simple unity of their medium, a unity that is just as essential to them as negation, the differentiation of the properties in so far as it is not an indifferent differentiation, but exclusive, negating something else, thus falls outside this simple medium. And the medium therefore is not only an also, an indifferent unity, but a one as well, an exclusive unity. The one is the moment of the negation, as it relates itself to itself in a simple way and excludes an other, and by this thinghood is determined as thing. In the property negation, it is a it is as determinacy, which immediately which is immediately one with the immediacy of being, an immediacy which through this unity with negation is universality, but the immediacy is as one when it is set free from this unity with the contrary, and is in and for itself. In these moments taken together, the thing as the true of perception is completed, so far as it is necessary to develop it here. It is A, the indifferent passive universality, the also of the many properties, or rather matters, negation, equally simple, or the one, the exclusion of opposite properties, and C, the many properties themselves. The relation of the first two moments, negation as it relates to the indifferent element, and therein expands into a host of differences. The point of singularity radiating out into plurality in the medium of subsistence. Insofar as these differences belong to the indifferent medium, they are themselves universal, are related only to themselves and do not affect each other. But insofar as they belong to the negative unity, they are at the same time exclusive. Okay? But they necessarily have this relation of opposition with properties that are remote from their also. This is why I'm really glad to bring up the screen. Hopefully you can read it, if you would like to. Of course, because this is now you see what I'm working with. The sensory universality, or the immediate unity of being, and the negative is thus a property only insofar as the one and the pure universality are developed from it and differentiated from each other. And when the sensory universality combines them, it is only this relation of the universality to the pure essential moments which completes the thing. Okay. How do we even break that down? Universality, or the immediate unity of being, the negative is thus property only insofar as the one and the pure universality are developed from it and differentiated from each other. Universality. Okay, so there's a difference between sensory and pure because again, we're talking about the mediums of layers of universal experiences. Is what I is how we're able to perceive the thing and be made whole. Okay, going on. This, then, is how the thing of perception is constituted, and consciousness is determined as perceiver insofar as this thing is its object. It only has to take it and conduct itself as pure apprehension, and what thus presents to it is the true. If consciousness itself were to do anything in this taking, it would by such adding or omission alter the truth. Since the object is the true and universal, what is equal to itself, while consciousness is the alterable and unessential, it can happen that consciousness apprehends the object incorrectly and deceives itself. The perceiver has consciousness of the possibility of illusion, for in the universality, which is the principle, otherness itself is immediately for it, though as what is null sublated. Its criterion of truth is therefore equality to itself, and its procedure is to apprehend the object as equal to itself. Since at the same time diversity is for the perceiver, it is a relating of the diverse moments of its apprehension to each other. But if a discrepancy emerges in the course of this comparison, then it is not an untruth of the object, for this is what is equal to itself, but an untruth of perceiving. Okay, not gonna lie, started out kind of rough, got a little bit better as it went on. Um, I guess it is important to remember That when Hegel says that consciousness is alterable and unessential, that jumps back to the very beginning where we talked about how our consciousness is flawed, like what we're able to perceive is flawed for a variety of reasons. And if you wanted to go back, you absolutely could. It's posted on YouTube. Um, if a discrepancy emerges, so our perception of what is truly true is messed up. And so this can be an untruth of perceiving. I hope that he tells us how to find the object, if that is even possible. Let us see now what experience consciousness undergoes in its actual perceiving. For us, this experience is already contained in the development of the object, and of the attitude of consciousness towards it, given just now, it will only be the development of the contradictions present therein. The object that I receive presents itself as purely one, but I also notice in the property, which is universal, and thereby transcends singularity, the first being of the objective essence as a one was therefore not its true being. Since the object is the true, the untruth falls in me, and the apprehension was not correct. Because of the universality of the property, I must rather take the objective essence as a community in general. I now further perceive the property as determinate, opposed to another and excluding it. Thus, excuse me for a cheeky yawn, thus I did not in fact, thus I did not fact apprehend the objective essence correctly when I determined it as a community with others or as a continuity, and because of the determinacy of the property, I must separate the continuity and posit the objective essence as a one that excludes. In the separated one, I find many such properties which do not affect each other, but are mutually indifferent. So I did not perceive the object correctly when I apprehended it as exclusive, but just as previously, it was only continuity in general. So now it is a universal common medium in which many properties are present as sensory universalities, for each being for itself, and as determinate, excluding the others. But because of the simple and the true that I perceive, it is also not a universal medium, but the singular property for itself, which, however, is thus neither property nor a determinate being, for now is neither in a one nor in relation with the others. But it is a property only in the one, and determinate only in relation to others, as this pure relating of itself to itself remains merely sensory being in general, since it no longer has in the character. Oh my gosh, that's two in a row. We're doing a game after this paragraph. Character of negativity of and consciousness, for which there is now a sensory being, is only a meaning, i.e., it has entirely abandoned perception and withdrawn into itself. But sensory being and meaning themselves pass over into perception. I am thrown back to the beginning and drawn once again into the same cycle which sublates in itself each moment and as a whole. Man, if that whole section was just to explain the process of how an object relates to us, then that is a really good explanation. I just want to scroll down. I just want to scroll down. I'm just peeking ahead. Just peeking ahead a little bit. There's still more to go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. 118. So consciousness necessarily runs through this cycle again, but this time not in the same way as it did the first time, for it has gained the experience in perception that the outcome and the true perception is its dissolution, or reflection out of the true and into itself. Thus it has been determined for consciousness how its perceiving is essentially constituted, vis-a-vis that it is not a simple pure apprehension, but in its apprehension is at the same time reflected out of the true and into itself. This return of consciousness into itself, which immediately mingles with the pure apprehension for this return into itself, has shown itself to be essential to perception, alters the true. Consciousness at once recognizes this aspect as its own and takes it upon itself, and it will thereby obtain the true object in its purity. With this, we now have in perception the same as happened in the case of sensory certainty. The aspect in which consciousness is driven back into itself, but not initially in the sense in which this happened in sensory certainty, i.e., not as if the truth of perception fell in consciousness. On the contrary, consciousness recognizes that what falls in is the untruth of untruth occurring in perception. Again, props to the consciousness. But by this recognition, it is at the same time able to sublate this untruth. It differentiates its apprehension of the true from the untruth of its perception, corrects this untruth, and insofar as it undertakes this correction itself, the truth, as truth of perceiving, falls, of course, within consciousness. The procedure of consciousness which we now have to consider is thus so constituted that consciousness no longer merely perceives, but it is also conscious of its reflection into itself and separates this from simple apprehension itself. Hegel, do we have to do this manually each time we think a thought, or is this something that happens on its own? Hegel did not respond. At first, then, I become aware of this thing as one, and have to hold it fast in this true determination. If, in the movement of perceiving, something turns up which contradicts it, then this is to be recognized as my reflection. Now there is also occur in the perception, now, oh my goodness, now there also occur in the perception diverse properties which seem to be properties of the thing. But the thing is one, and we are conscious that this diversity, by which it would cease to be one, falls in us. So, in point of fact, this thing is white only to our eyes. Again, we're still talking about table salt. We have been talking about table salt for the past 17 minutes. So, in point of fact, this thing is white only to our eyes, also tart to our tongue, also cubical to our feeling, and so on. We get the entire diversity of these aspects not from the thing, but from ourselves, and they fall asunder in this way for us, because the eye is quite distinct from the tongue, and so on. We are thus the universal medium in which such moments are separate, and we, oh, and are for themselves, through the fact, then, that we regard the determinacy of being a universal medium as a reflection, we maintain the equality to itself and truth of the thing, its being one. Okay, we're making a little bit more sense. I like how he's tying back in from previous paragraphs, because if he wasn't, oh, 120. But also regarded as situated, each for itself, in the universal medium, these diverse aspects which consciousness takes upon itself are determined. White is white, only in opposition to black, and so on. And the thing is one precisely by the fact that it is opposed to others. The thing excludes others from itself, but not insofar as it is one, for to be one is the universal relating to itself, and the fact that it is one rather makes it like all the others, but through determinacy. Things themselves are therefore determinate in and for themselves. They have properties by which they differentiate themselves from others. Since the property is the thing's own property, or a determinacy in the thing itself, the thing has several properties. For in the first place, the thing is the true. It is in itself, and what is in it as its own essence, and not because of other things. Secondly, therefore, the determinate properties are not only on account of the other things and for the other things, but in the thing itself. But they are determinate properties in it only because they are a plurality of properties differentiating themselves from each other. And secondly, since they are thus in the thinghood, They are in and for themselves, and indifferent to each other. It is in truth, then, the thing itself that is white, and also cubical, and also tart, and so on, or the thing is the also, or the universal medium in which many properties subsist apart from each other, without touching or sublating each other, and taken in this way, the thing is taken as the true. Key word there, I think, is taken. Now, in this perceiving, consciousness is at the same time consciousness that it is also. Oh man, no. We're going to stop right there. We are going to switch over. It is game time, as they say. Play, play, play. Games, games, games. Another ARAM. Another ARAM. One more. We've got 2 days and 4 hours left on the boost. Let's go for the 2-day and 4-hour stream that I know I am capable of. I'm joking. I'm not capable. I will crumble into dust. But the game is ready. Oh no. Why does it look like that? Why does the stream look like that? Let's try to fix that really quickly. Yeah, wow, that fixed it. We're not going to think about why that fixed that, though. Because that would make my brain hurt. Okay. So we are going to go for range damage, range damage. No, they got 2 melee. They got 2 melee. I can do my favorite build with Rhaegar, who's a healer, is Lightning Shield. That's our W. Put a little W around somebody, and then that heals them. I might need to mess with the keybinds. Oh man. Okay, really quickly, let's go hotkeys. Let's go for Rhaegar. It's gonna be this one, and for this one, it's gonna be that one. Oh, everybody's dying! Except you have 3 unbound hotkeys. Are you sure? Sure. Haha. Oh, I think I know what I unbound. Okay, now we're on the way. Except... Return to game. And we're back. And we're back, as if nothing had happened. Okay, so I needed to rebind those keys because Rhaegar, the way that he works is that I am constantly dodging in and out and between wolf form and orc form. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get these heals out. So again, whenever I go into my orc form, or wolf form, I get to deal critical damage. And do I win against this? Why am I not losing? Oh, Rainer's here. Okay, we're going to pick up Lightning Shield heals. Yikes. Man, he's coming in hot. Oh, what got me? What got me? What got me? It was Eldruin's Might. He threw his sword at me. Alright, the more people that get hit by our W, the better we feel emotionally as a healer. Let's go back over here. Get a little chain heal out. Shaman is one of my favorite healers in World of Warcraft. How did all 4 of us get hit by that? The hitbox is ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, makes me happy too. Oh man, they have a lot of damage. They have a lot of damage, and that Ana is using her grenades in order to stop any healing that goes out, which is great because it stops me from healing. We're just going to keep picking up We're going to pick up Blood and Thunder at level 7. Which will enable... Okay, okay. We're diving right on in. And so are they. Pick up Blood and Thunder. Great nades on Ana. Okay, so weaving in and out of Ghost Wolf provides us more healing because it reduces our cooldowns. Let's go with that. Let's go with a little heal. Let's purge that. Okay. Oh, that was so close on that hook. Okay. Alright, I tanked that stun. Gonna say intentionally. But can I get out? Yes, I can. And keep everybody else alive. We're gonna go here. Hit another heal. It is pretty tough to get in close and fight them when they have all the engage in the world. And we only have Hook. Hook is really good though. They are already level 10. We need to be level 10 before we fight anybody. I'm going to go with Ancestral. My trait is Purge. It makes allies unstoppable, so it's really good. Let me Gorge. Stitches is going to put somebody into the belly. Man, got gunned down by the Tyrael Ana Raynor combo. Tough to get out of that. Ancestral Healing is our ultimate. It is a extremely long cooldown, but I don't really even know why it is so long. 100 seconds for a big chunk of healing, maybe because it's the most, it's like the largest direct heal in the game. Also at level 20 it like splashes, so I get it, but I feel like the cooldown should just go up at level 20. Okay, let me hit all my abilities in the wrong order. Alright, Stitches is down because I've only got a heal once every 30 seconds. Pick off that Tyrael, easy. Soap! Soap! That's okay, because Zul'jin can heal himself. I say we go for this camp. Nice. No problems. Alright, Lightning Shield now actually gives a shield. Pretty funny that it doesn't do that off the bat. Wish it did that in World of Warcraft. Hashtag Shaman Tanks win. We are backing up out of this. Nice. Raynor missed the building. Okay, Ana is probably watching for my Ancestral in order to throw her grenade. Super annoying. I'm keeping up with Ana though. I'm keeping up with her. That's pretty good. Our building has literally 6 health. will fall right now. I'm going to Ancestral myself. Unstoppable. Rainer still got the kill over the building. Don't exactly know how. Oh. Stunned by absolutely everything. Oh, just missed the hook. All right. I wish Lightning's shield like healed over time. I think that would be nice. Lightning shield also gives me mana back, so it's good to use on these mobs. Rising Storm makes Lightning shield even better. I'm gonna hide right here. Surely they won't know. They know. Oh my god. It's crazy, they knew. They turned on me very quickly. I shouldn't have been standing there at all. I legitimately thought they were going to come up the top rather than down the side. We can get a kill on him. Blaze. We're gonna chalk that up to just silly goofiness. You know, that was just really silly goofiness. You know, that was really silly goofiness. We're gonna pretend that never happened, actually. We're gonna just pretend that I'm not so goofy and silly. We're taking theirs? Oh, man. Oh man, not only are we taking theirs, we took theirs. Hypothetically, we could go take our camp now too. Okay. Nice and scary, nice and scary. Feeling armed and dangerous. We're gonna use the Ancestral on Stitches. Oh, I wanted that kill so bad. Nice, we got out. Ooh, Ragnaros did not. Yoink that globe. Use everything to just get out of there. Just walk it out. Walk it out. We did hit max level on our lightning shield. Really, ow. That's Greymane's ult. What it does is it just takes 30% of your health. And then we are going to pick up Storm, Hero of the Storm. I'm joking. Elemental Conduit basically means that every time we lightning shield, things get good. And I think it gives everybody a lightning shield around us. Nice, missed the bullet. That would have hurt. Get some mana back. That potion by what's his name? Oh my goodness. lot going on. Got their Ana. Nice. Ooh, I can get their Greymane. Who's really got the Greymane syndrome here? Oh, he blocked my jump. Okay. Go in here. Heal up. Rhaegar hit the stride. When do I get cooldown reduction? Okay, activate to gain lightning shield and grant all nearby enemies a shield equal to 10%. Ooh, nice steal. Oh man, grab the Ana second time. Great push. We've got all these goats. We've got the goats. And the goats have us. And the hills have eyes. We just keep putting lightning shield on people. More lightning shields, the better. I was watching our Zul'jin just to see if we need to get him out of jail. Thinking about we stand and fight. Can we stand and fight? I think I'm dead. Whoa, a lot of lag. All right, perfect amount of lag, resulting in my demise. I think we hurt some people on the way out, though, and that is what matters. This cooldown is pretty nice. It's pretty sweet. Unfortunately, I can't use Purge on myself. Oh, wow. Purge when used against an enemy hero. Oh, my God. This is why it is very important to read, because you learn things. This is why we're reading Hegel. It teaches us to be curious and critical about the world around us. For instance, I have an ability to harm enemies, not just heal allies. Ooh, great stun. Great stun again. Oh man, Tyrael just kept me down. I think that was the Ana combo too. Let me see if the... Alright, Judgment. Oh, it was the penetrating round from Raynor, and then Greymane, Raynor. So Raynor just had free unrestricted access. Everybody wiped their team up though. Kael'thas is the weakest one on the team, simply because he doesn't have a whole lot of self-sustain. Unless he took Mana Addict, which he did not. He took Convection. So he's going to nuke these guys. Boom, boom. That's a camp real quick. And I am on the way back in. It looks like I am going to be the highest target, or highest priority target in a team fight. So I should probably stay back, because that's twice now that I have just been popped. We are watching Zul'jin's health. So close. We need to back up. I think we all have the same idea here.
Well done. Let us press on.
Get out of that. Unstoppable. We're going to say that that was... Daddy, chill. We're going to say that that was intentional and that I know how to use my cooldowns. I couldn't get the kill. Could get the kill on him. Nice. Great. And we still got the kill. All right, let's go. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. We just needed to hit level 20. Why me? Oh, God. Great, great Ragnaros transformation there. That was quite the turnaround from the beginning. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm on the board. Well, that's Rhaegar. He's pretty fun. Very like high actions per second, and that was my first time playing him. Can you even believe that? I myself cannot. Wow, I got 2 levels out of that. Oh my god, that was a lot of experience. Okay, team experience, match victory, first win of the day bonus, and then the boost. Okay, so the boost just doubled what we got, and we got 2 chests out of that. So far we are stacking up our loot. I don't know when I want to open up all of these, but I kind of want to make it a little thing when I do open it, open them all up, because I think that'd be kind of fun. But what do I know? I also know that we'll get a whole bunch of gold, so we'll be able to unlock some more heroes. So let's see. Do I want to try to risk messing with the stream again, or do I want to not do that? Who's to say? Oh, we're gonna put up bugs. Yeah, now everybody has to look at bugs. He's very fun. Okay, let's see. I'm watching what this does. Okay. And now if I hit that button, and now if I take that away, and what happens if I bring it back? Okay, can I go like this and then full screen that? And does that just show my little bar down at the bottom? So that you can see all the things that I use? You can see my little Minecraft launcher down there? Oh, that would be fun, actually, on stream, showing off showing off the Minecraft base that I built. No one's ever done that, though. Okay, let us keep it going. We have made it to, we started at page, we started at page 48, and we've made it all the way to, oh wow, would you look at that, 62. I'm going to minimize this just a little bit so that way we can do this a little bit faster. Oh man, there's an entire other section. Oh. Did we go back too far? Oh, here we are. Okay, so let's finish out this section in this reading. And let me zoom that back in. Okay. Now, although the contradiction of the objective essence is in this way distributed among diverse things, yet the distinction will, for that reason, attach the separated singular thing itself. The diverse things are thus posited for themselves, and the conflict falls in them reciprocally, that such that each is diverse not from itself, but only from the other, but each is thereby determined as itself a distinct entity and has the essential distinction from the others in it, but at the same time not in such a way that this is an opposition to the thing itself. On the contrary, for it is simple determinacy which makes up the thing's essential character, differentiating from others. In fact, since the diversity is in it, but it is of course necessary in it as actual distinctness of a manifold constitution. But because the determinacy makes up the essence of the thing by which it differentiates itself from other things and is for itself, this further manifold constitution is the unessential. Consequently, the thing does indeed have the twofold insofar lost my part have the twofold insofar within its unity, but with unequal value. As a result, this state of opposition does not become an actual opposition in the thing itself, but insofar as the thing through its absolute distinction comes into opposition, it has opposition to another thing outside of it. Of course, the further manifoldness is necessarily in the thing too, and so it cannot be left out, but it is unessential to it. This determinacy, which makes up the essential character of the thing and differentiates it from all others, is now determined in such a way that the thing thereby um, um, oops, I got distracted by a chat. First time chat. I think that's a bot. Maybe, or maybe not. But it is only a thing or a one that is for itself insofar as it does not stand in this relation to others. For in this relation, rather, its connection with the other is posited, and connection with other is the cessation of being for itself. It is just through this absolute character and its opposition that it enters into relationship with others, and is essentially only this relating. The relationship, however, is the negation of its independence, and it is really through its essential property that the thing goes to ruin. The necessity for consciousness of the experience that the thing goes to ruin through the very determinacy. Sorry, I'm struggling to read. There's a kitty cat who is deciding to move around on the table. Through its essential property that the thing goes to ruin. The necessity for consciousness of the experience that the thing goes to ruin through the very determinacy that makes up its essence, and its being for itself, can be briefly considered in terms of the simple concept. The thing is posited as being for itself, or as the absolute negation of all otherness. Therefore, as absolute negation relating only to itself, but self related negation is the sublation of itself, or having its essence in another. In fact, the determination of the object as it has emerged contains nothing else. The object is supposed to have within it essential property which makes up its simple being for itself. But along with this simplicity, also diversity, which is supposed to be necessary, but not to make up the essential determinacy. This, however, is a distinction that still only lies in the words the unessential, which at the same time is none the less supposed to be necessary, sublates itself, or what has just been the negation of itself. Hmm. Again, I know that the unessential is the consciousness, still necessary, sublates itself, it's just been called the negation of itself. With this, the last insofar which separated being for itself from being for another falls away. Rather, the object is in one and the same respect the contrary of itself for itself, insofar as it is for another, and for another insofar as it is for itself. It is for itself, reflected into itself. 1. But reflected into itself, this being one for itself, is posited in a unity with its contrary, the being for another, and hence only as sublated, for this being for itself is just as unessential as what was supposed to be the only unessential, vis-a-vis the relationship to another. I keep saying vis-a-vis, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm using it correctly with this. If I'm not, then that would be very funny. The object in its pure determinancies, or the determinancies which were supposed to make up its essentiality, is thereby sublated, just as it became something sublated in its sensory being. From sensory being it becomes a universal, but this universal, since it derives from the sensory, is essentially conditioned by it, and hence is not veritably equal to itself at all, but universality affected with an opposite, and because of this, it separates into the extremes of singularity and universality, the one of the properties, and also of the free matters. These pure determinancies seem to express the essentiality itself, but they are only a being for self that is burdened with being for another. Since, however, the two are essentially in a unity, the unconditioned absolute universality is now present, and consciousness here first really enters the realm of understanding. I'm glad it now enters the realm of understanding. Thus, sensory singularity does indeed vanish in the dialectical movement of immediate certainty and becomes universality, but only sensory universality. Meaning has vanished, and perceiving takes the object as it is in itself, or as a universal in general. Singularity therefore emerges in the object as true singularity, as being in itself of the one, or as reflectedness into itself. But it is still a conditioned, I wanted to say contradiction there, conditioned being for itself, alongside which another being for itself occurs, the universality opposed to singularity and conditioned by it. But these two contradictory extremes are not merely alongside each other, but in one unity, or what is the same, the factor common to both. The being for itself is burdened with the opposition generally, i.e., it is at the same time not a being for itself. The sophistry, that's a new word to me, the sophistry of perceiving seeks to save these moments from their contradiction, and to hold on to them by differentiating respects by the also and insofar, and finally to grasp the true by differentiating the unessential from an essence opposed to it. But these expedients, instead of warding off illusion in the apprehension, prove rather to be futile, and the true, which is supposed to be won by this logic of perceiving, proves to be in one and the same respect the contrary, and thus to have at its essence the universality devoid of distinctions and determinations. These empty abstractions of singularity and universality opposed to it, and to the essence linked with something unessential, an unessential which is yet necessary all the same, are the powers whose play is the perceptual understanding, often so called sound common sense. It takes itself to be solid, real consciousness, but is, in perceiving, only the play of these abstractions. Generally, it is always at its poorest where it fancies itself to be the richest, hilarious, and relatable. Because it is driven about by these futile essences thrown from one into the arms of the other, and in its endeavor by its sophistry to hold fast and affirm alternately first one essence and then the direct opposite, resists the truth, it supposes that philosophy has to do with only these things of thought. Oh man, this is a reference to what I said at the beginning of the stream, where I said, I think philosophy is only about things of thought. In fact, philosophy does have to do with them too, and recognizes them as the pure essences, as the absolute elements and powers, but in doing so, it recognizes them in their determinacy too, and is therefore master over them. Whereas this perceptual understanding takes them for the true, and is led on by them from one error to another. It does not itself arrive at the consciousness that it is such simple essentialities that hold sway in it, but fancies that it always has to do this with wholly solid material and content, just as sensory certainty is unaware that the empty abstraction of pure being is its essence, whereas it is, in fact, these essentialities in which perceptual understanding runs to and fro through all material and content. They are as they are the adhesive and the mastery of that content, and they alone are what the sensory as essence is for consciousness. What determines the relationships of the sensory to it, and it is in them that the movement of perceiving and of its true runs its course. Oof, that was tough to read. This course, a perceptual alternation of determining the true and sublating this determining, really makes up the constant everyday life and activity of perceptual consciousness, a consciousness which supposes it moves in the truth. It thus advances irresistibly to the outcome in which all these essentialities or determinations are equally sublated, but in each single moment, as it is conscious only of this one determinacy as the true, and then in turn of the opposite determinacy. It does indeed sense their unessentiality. To save them from the threatening danger, it resorts to the sophistry of now affirming as the truth what it has itself just affirmed as the non true. What the nature of these untrue essences is trying to get this understanding to do is to bring together and thereby sublate the thoughts of these non essences, the thoughts of that universality and singularity, of the also and one, of the essentiality that is necessarily linked to an unessentiality, and of an unessentiality that is nevertheless necessary. Yet the understanding resists this with the support of the in so far, and of the diverse respects, or by taking upon itself the one thought in order to keep the other quarantined as the true thought. But the nature of these abstractions brings them together, and in and for themselves, sound common sense is the prey of these abstractions, which spin it round and round in their whirling circle. Common sense tries to bestow truth on them by one at a time taking their untruth upon itself, while at another time it calls the illusion a semblance of the unreliable things, and by separating the essential from what is necessary to them, yet supposedly unessential, and hanging on to the former as their truth, as against the latter. But when it does this, it does not secure their truth, it convicts itself of untruth. Man, I feel like I've only been talking for about 30 seconds, but also at the same time, that was rough. So, that was all to bring about common sense. So, we talked about consciousness. Now we've talked about perception and how the pitfalls of perception is ultimately um, common sense. Hegel has yet to answer the question as to how do we defeat common sense? I have a quest here to play an AI game, and I am going to play an AI game for, let's see, whoops. I'm going to play an AI game of Anubarak, because I need to get this quest out of here. I could probably just quit it, but that's not entertaining. We want to see me play Bug Build. Um, calling. So my sister, she has a little cat. Her name is Ladybird. Um, Ladybird the cat I also call Ladybug very often, and that is inspired by Anubarak, the hero that we are going to be playing today, because he's got Bug Build. What bug build is... Oh, we're on Hanamura. Okay, cool. What bug build is I spawn a lot of bugs, and then I kill people with all the bugs that I steal. Again, we're just playing against AI because I need to get this quest out of here. And also, my voice kind of hurts. That's crazy. I can't really split push with this build, which is weird. Or no, you can very much split push with this build. My bad. But you can't really split lanes with this map, is what I'm trying to say. Even though I would be a wonderful off lane in this match. Let's see how many of them go up top. It was a lot of them. Okay, so just like that, it was all over. So what we do is we spawn beetles. That was the level 1 talent that we get. Every 12 seconds we get a new beetle. Beetles are great for taking aggro of the... Wow, they took that camp fast. Let's see if I can take it back. Spawn a bunch of beetles. This camp is worth a lot of experience. And as we level up, we're going to get more beetles that can do more fun things. But right now, our main goal is to just farm, I believe. Don't die, Rainer. Let me spawn some beetles to help you. Tower aggro is great because now you... Let's go here. Let's take their sentinel camp. Oh, yikes. Oh, wow, they took our camp, and we're taking their camp. No, don't leave me. Help me. Help me. Help me, AIs. Kerrigan hit the combo, but that's okay because we just get out. And now that's gonna split. We want level 7 as soon as possible. Sorry, level 4 as soon as possible for Bed of Barbs. That will really help us take care of... Wow, he only got like 1 hit off on that tower. Bed of Barbs is going to help with lane clear because anybody sitting on the barbs that are left behind results in them getting stabbed. And they got to be careful because I might just wind up taking this whole building. Split push on Nubarak is not yet really online. I still have to level up quite a few times in order for that to be the case. Yeah, you can't beat me. I've got too many bugs. Okay, I missed my Q. And I'm getting kited. Summon bugs. Oh, found their whole team. I have no mana. I have enough mana. Thank you, Malfurion. And that's what matters. You're going to go here. Summon more bugs and back up if we can. Use the last of my mana. I gotta get out of here. And they got the payload. Okay, but as soon as we can, we should go... Oh, they're trying to steal our mercenary camp. And they're gonna take it. No. No, we must not let them. They're able to focus fire. We're not. I don't die here? Oh, please tell me that they don't actually get that. Oh, man. Oh, no. It's a big chunk. Maybe I can kite this. Alright. Let's see. There we go. Beetles now heal me. A very important sustain talent that I have needed for quite a minute now. White Mane is running low on mana. Missed my E, point blank. Got her. Let's take this camp while we can. It's worth a lot of experience. I play a lot of ARAM because honestly I'm scared of playing big games. Big games with the big kids. Hey, I think I messed Deathwing up here. I think I win this. Unless he kites me. Yeah, I think I win this. Get over here. Do I win this against White Mane? Nope, I'm out of here. Kerrigan can kill me. Oh, Tassadar can kill me too. Alright, and see, this is why I have ARAM. Like, you can see that I have ARAM brain. Because I'm not very good at following what's going on. Like, I just saw that the payload is coming up, so I need to get over here as fast as possible to help my team out. Which, again, my team are AIs. Nice kill on Kerrigan. Let's keep it pushing. Random ult from Tassadar. At level... We're going to take more sustain. So at level 10, I'm going to pick up Locust Swarm. Nice, got her with the barbs. My level 10 talent gives me a ton of sustain. Nice, White Mane is dead. Let's go here and take that. And I think I might be able to take it on my own. Ooh, are they thinking about it? They were thinking about it. Nice, we got bottom fort. Let's see, let's go here and check on theirs. Oh my god, that fort is so low. So they are all going to be on me here in a second. I don't want to fight y'all. I don't want to fight y'all. Not for real. I want your building. Okay, and now I want to get out. Oh, Deathwing is trying to kill me. Forgot that he can do that. Great push down in the bottom lane. Let's go up to the top lane and put some pressure on there because they're all going to rotate down. Great cleave. I'm going to go up, see if we can help Raynor. Bow. Get some beetles going. Let's see, burning beetles. Alright, sustain is out. Don't want to get hit by that. Got Kerrigan. Can take Tassadar too. Step out of that. Could have taken Tassadar had I not missed my Q. Burning beetles radiate fire damage all around to enemies. Which is great because we want them to burn. I think I could beat Johanna too. Not with that little bubble up. Yeah, bring your beetles over here. At level 16, I think 16. Yeah, level 16, I get to get a whole lot of extra beetles out. Oh, I need payload fight. Come on. Come on. Gotta pay attention to that stuff. Oh, Illidan, don't die. Great unstoppable by their white mane. Ooh, but that was their white mane. Okay, let's see what they're going to do. I don't think they can do much about that. I'm gonna try to have my beetles. Yeah, Raynor, you got this. So my little burning beetles, they start doing a lot of damage, and they start healing me for a whole bunch. Give me that. Gonna use this. I might honestly use it to take their... Yeah, I'm going to. Wow, and that's how you steal a camp. And we're gonna say that that was worth it. Because this siege unit is exceptionally well at sieging. And we are doing split push and Uberex. So we are just here to distract and then run away. I mean, if you want to fight me in here, we totally can. Yeah, that's what I thought. If she goes back in on me, I might be not in a good spot. Oh, she did go back on me. Wait, who hit me? Oh, they're going to take our camp. Oh, they're going to take our camp. Oh, we're going to trade. Come on, Illidan, hold the line, hold the line. Nice dodge. I got out of there just because I wasn't going to live. No, all my beetles. Oh, they lived. Cool. And they get free damage out. Nice. Well, that guy doesn't... Ow. I decided to look at the minimap. I'll never do that again. I'm going to pop ult here for some extra healing. And they just run away from me. Ooh, but not her. Gotcha. Oh, wait, I'm level 16. Psh, I'm taking this building. Get the bed of barbs out. Just so, and we just keep spawning beetles. And all we do is keep spawning beetles, and the tower is... It can do nothing. Look, our beetle army just took that whole building. Great job, beetle army. Take that whole wave too. Take everything. While we might not be able to take the core, we can definitely take this building instead. And we just ignore. She's surrounded by bugs. Does she make it out? Yes, because she's white main. Oh my god. Invigorating gameplay. Got her? Okay, again, we want everybody fighting over there on the map, not looking at me. And the amount of bugs that I may or may not have. They found me? Oops, that is not a good place to hearth. Oh no. How much is bro charge? Okay. Okay, I can get out. I can get out. I can help my team. And if they go in on me, then I just pop Locust Swarm. Kind of need to be close to them in order to hit Locust Swarm. Oh, scary, scary, scary. I can push. And hit the core. Does this kill core, though? No. But it does do a big chunk, and that's important. I made a mistake. Okay. Level 20 is here. We're going to pick up Hive Master. No. No, I want Rewind for more bugs. And we are going to go in. If the core isn't dead by the time that we get there, we are making it dead. That was the sound of my knuckles cracking. Another great ASMR. Oh, the samurai is there. Hey, stay away from me. No, stay away from me. Why did I auto attack that? Go like this. Go boop. Bug army out. And we take the core. Boom. There we go. Another wonderful AI game. Had it in the bag from the start. Almost didn't. But thank God we at least won a single game. You know what? I'm going to give it up to Tassadar. Because we love Tassadar. The next time that we do Hegelians of the Storm will be, I'm not 100% sure when, but when we do, we'll pick it up with Force and Understanding, Appearance, and Super Sensible World. Hope y'all had a very good day. Glad to have gotten to stream for you all, and I hope that you at least got some enjoyment out of listening to me struggle, listen to Hegel. I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good one. Bye.